Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lukeness Monster, and today we're going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Black Series Phase 1 501st Trooper and 332nd Ahsoka Battalion Trooper. Now this is a 2-pack based off of the Ahsoka show, and I gotta say, this thing looks incredible. Here is a look at the mural artwork on the side, looking great. I'll try to get that up close here so you guys can see. And of course, we do have the back as well. You can pause and read the bio if you would like. It is unnumbered, of course. It is not numbered in the Ahsoka line. And that is specifically because the mural artwork here on the side is like kind of split into two. And so you can't really like number that and put that up against the rest of the mural. So it makes sense. But pretty dang cool 2-pack, exclusive to Target. But yeah, let's go ahead, crack this guy open, and take a close look at everything it has to offer. So here we have the two clone troopers out of the box, and I gotta say they are looking so freaking good. Both of these figures are on that new 2023 clone body, and so they have the updated knee pads, chest, and shoulder pads. And I think they turned out really, really dang good. So anyway, let's go ahead, take them off of the spinny stand, and take a close look at everything these guys have to offer. Now I will say, the great thing about these clones is that they both have removable helmets, with that amazing Temuera Morrison face sculpt underneath. Now they did fix that 5 o'clock shadow problem that the plain white Phase 2 Clone Trooper had, which is such a huge bonus, because now I feel like I can actually display these guys without the helmets if I wanted to, and honestly, they just look incredible in my opinion. Now as far as paint apps go, they are the exact same blue color, but they do have different designs. So the 332nd here is basically just a standard 501st design, but with a different helmet here, of course. And so without the helmet, it is basically just a 501st Trooper. The Phase 1, though, on the other hand, is basically a completely different design, as it just has these big blue stripes all the way down the arms. The chest and the legs have no paint at all, and as well as the back, no paint on the back either. But of course it does have the standard Phase 1 helmet with that blue paint, which looks incredible. Now going over articulation, I'm not going to be doing both figures because they are the exact same mold. We're only going to do one here, but looking at the Phase 1 for articulation, the head is on a ball joint, so he's got a ton of range of motion there. As far as the arms, they can go all the way up into a T-pose, and they can go all the way around. He does have the butterfly joints in there, looking great. He also does have a brand new bicep swivel that was new on that 2023 Clone Trooper. He does get a little bit past 90 at the elbows. And then he does have two trigger fingers with a horizontal hinge on one wrist and a vertical hinge on the other. And as far as the legs go, pretty standard. Can kick up about that far, can kick out about that far into the splits. The knees do get past 90, and of course, the knee pad is no longer glued to the top of the knee, and so you can actually get into a good pose. As far as the feet goes, rockers and pivots. And on the plus side, both of these clones come with both of the clone blasters, so we actually get 2 of the longer rifles and 2 of the standard blasters with this set, which is awesome. And now I also wanted to do a comparison between the brand new 332nd and then the original. And so as you can see, on the surface they look very similar, but there are some big differences, mainly in the helmet designs. The Ahsoka lines on the new one are far more prominent, far bigger, and they are based off of the actual live-action appearance of these clone troopers, while the original is based off of the animated show, but you can definitely tell there are some differences. Now I will say, visibly the new one the helmet does look a little bit bigger, but I don't think it looks oversized. You can definitely tell though that the shoulder pads are much bigger on the new one compared to the old one, which I really like. It gives it more of a theatrical feel. But of course, with the updated mold and articulation with this 2023 clone, the new one is got to be far superior when it comes to articulation. But as far as the rest of the paint apps go, they are pretty similar. It is a slightly different shade of blue and a slightly different shade of orange all the way around. But other than that, the design itself is very similar. Next up, I want to jump into comparisons, and we are going to be comparing these two figures separately. First up with the Phase 1, we do have him next to Clone Wars Ahsoka and Clone Wars Anakin. He is looking great. It looks like it's taken straight out of the flashback scene in Ahsoka. Both of these outfits were present in that scene, so it's really nice to have all 3 of these figures together, and they are looking incredible. Next up, here are a few other Phase 1 clone troopers that we have. On the left, we have the Clone Commander on that original 2013 clone body, and on the right, we have ARC Trooper Fordo. All three of these are looking pretty dang good together. And then last up, for the Phase 1 501st, we do have Clone Wars Obi-Wan on the right, and we have the just plain white 2020 Phase 1 on the left. And I gotta say, all three of these are looking pretty good together too. And now I'm really hoping that we do get a Phase 1 212th, just from how good this Phase 1 501st looks. Next up, we have some other figures that showed up in that Ahsoka flashback. So on the right, we have the Siege of Mandalore Ahsoka, and on the left, we have Revenge of the Sith Anakin. All three of these guys are looking great together. And then next up, we do have some other clones that would have been at the Siege of Mandalore. On the right, we have clone Captain Rex, of course, and on the left, we have the Standard Archive 501st Trooper. And I gotta say, they all look pretty good. Now, all three of these are sort of a different shade of blue, but I think it works out pretty well, and I don't think it looks too bad. But considering how good this new 332nd is, I hope we get a brand new Rex on this same body. Continuing with comparisons, we do have the brand new Commander Oppo on the left. This is another figure that is on that new 2023 clone body, and it is looking great. The blue is a little bit different because it is based off of the Kenobi show, but I still think it looks great next to this 332nd. And then on the right, we do have ARC Trooper Jesse, which of course would have been present at the Siege of Mandalore, and he is also looking incredible. So yeah, both of these guys are just looking incredible, and I cannot get over all of the improvements on that 332nd. It is such a much better figure, and it's going to be a lot easier to get considering the original one was a Walmart exclusive. And of course, that Phase 1 501st is just nice to finally get into the line. But overall, I absolutely love these two figures. They are incredible on that brand new 2023 Clone Trooper body. They just turned out amazing. Huge improvement compared to the 332nd that we previously got, and this is the first ever like Phase 1 501st we've gotten in the line. And I know on the box it says Lieutenant, but if it was a Lieutenant it would be a pretty crappy Lieutenant, but it is based off the 501st, and so that's what we're going to call it. It's just a name problem. And as a Phase 1 501st, this thing is just really stellar. It knocks it out of the park, and both of these figures are some of the best clone troopers we've ever gotten in the line. Anyway guys, it is going to do it for the video though. If you did enjoy, go down, hit that like button, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.